Podcasting from the Chicagoland area, this is Game On with Jackson Stuart, where we discuss men's lifestyle, focusing on sex, fitness, relationships, business, and more. We'll be interviewing the best of the best, the hot shots, and the rising stars in the worlds of modeling, fitness, cooking, and more. Influencers who are discussing keeping it sexy while at the top of their game. I'm your host, Jackson Stuart. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the game.
This is Dale Valor.
This is Pamela Ross.
This is Trinasia.
And you're listening to Game On with Jackson Stuart.
To Game On with Jackson Stuart.
Game On with Jackson Stuart. Killing them.
What is the game if there's no style? Without flair, without personality, without individuality, the game is bland, boring, and tasteless. And in order to achieve style, we seek out those who add a layer of design, of color, of look to the way we play. Style is what our guest this evening is all about. Melody grew up in Pomona, California, and prides herself on how she treats others. After becoming a hairstylist at age 24, she has spent the last 6 years blazing through the rank in LA's stylist community. Working at Agency Salon in San Dimas, Melody continues to make heads turn for herself and her clientele. Besides work, the phenom is also a CrossFit enthusiast, foodie, and IG influencer. All right, everyone, you've heard the intro. Now join me in welcoming the wild and the energetic Melody to Game On with Jackson Stuart. Melody, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. So excited right now.
Awesome. We are excited. No, don't be. You know, it's cool because we keep getting these, I call them the podcast virgins. Like, this is their first time.
Yeah, this is my first time.
Yeah. Everybody who it's their first time does great. And I love that energy because, you know, it's a little bit nervous, it's a little bit excited, but it always comes through. So, you know, we'll have a good time. We were doing a little pre-show and Melody's a blast. So, you know, we disagree on some movies and some cartoons.
It's okay.
But it's all good. Melody, let's start off with tell the audience where they can find you on what social media platforms and by what usernames.
All right. So I have two usernames actually. So I have Melody Shades, and that's with a Z at the end. That's my hair page. And then I have Melody Starlord, and that is it's more of a personal page, but I've turned it into like a food, like a foodie page. So that's like my newest thing that I'm starting out with. Yeah.
All right. So where are you from and where did you grow up?
So I live right now in Azusa, but I am from Pomona, California. Grew up there basically my whole life.
So we got a Cali girl.
Yes, I am a Cali girl. Wait, where are you from?
Out in Chicago.
Oh, how fun. I love Chicago style pizza. Deep dish is my
favorite. I am but you know, it's funny. And as much as like Chicago just puts deep dish into your blood, I do not like deep dish pizza.
That makes me so sad. You know, I've ordered deep dish from Chicago to get shipped to here in California. And I've never been to Chicago.
Oh, you got to come through, but
I know
you have to come through in the summer because the winter will kill you before you even land. Like you're just biologically not built for Chicago winter.
I know. Right now it's raining right now, and I'm freaking like I have a big ass coat and like just bundled up. Yeah, it's bad. We're terrible. California's terrible.
I've been to San Francisco. I've been to Sacramento. I've never been to LA.
Yeah, so I'm more towards LA.
Okay.
I'm like, I would say 35 minutes from LA.
I've been to, is it Palo Alto, I think, if I'm saying it right?
I don't think I've been there, but I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I could be wrong as hell. Don't go by me, but
yeah.
Yeah, I remember in San Francisco, you could tell the tourists because they were freezing. because
Yeah.
yeah, because you think I mean I was in Sacramento, it was 111 degrees. I drove to San Francisco and I needed to buy a sweatshirt when I got there. Like it was crazy.
Oh yeah, I don't think I could handle the cold, to be honest. I'm a summer girl, bikinis all day. Vegas, I'm in Vegas. That's perfect. That's my life right there.
Yeah, yeah, Chicago.
Chicago
You
would
let
be
me know.
hard for me.
Yeah, you let me know when you hit Chicago in December and let me know how that goes for
Yeah,
you.
that's gonna be a no.
Well, Melody is also and we got to take this slight tangent. She is a comic book freak or nerd, as we were talking earlier. That nerd is
Yes.
now like the new sexy term.
Yeah.
It is, and I'm not being sexist at all, but you don't find a lot of female comic book fans. I mean, I think now you do because
Now
comic books
you
are so
do.
mainstream, you
Yeah, it's
know.
become really mainstream.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but you already had a passion for comic books before the movies got popular, or
I
was it
sure
the movies
did.
that did it?
Yes.
Okay,
No, for me it was the comic books, because when I was younger, my brother collected comic books. And so I was
okay.
always drawn to them, but then it was the cartoons that got me. So with Spider-Man and X-Men, then I got more involved as a child. This was like probably like 90, like in the 90s, 96, around that.
I can hear that X-Men theme song now in my
Yes.
head.
I'm terrible.
No, it's funny because anybody who's a fan of that, that's the first thing they think of because it has
Yeah.
that like that super electronica, just like intense, open, and you did it justice. That was perfect.
Yep.
That intro, and I just remember that, and everybody was like very, very like shadowed. Like there was just so much black on every character. Like,
Yep.
um, but that's I mean that's cool, and I'm glad because think comic books are for everybody who wants to enjoy them. Now you
Agreed.
go from a West Coast California loving young thing to a career in hair.
Oh yeah.
What's that path? How do you do that?
Like how did it happen or like what?
Yeah, yeah. How did it happen?
Um,
How did you go from reciting X-Men lyrics
oh,
all
from being
day?
like a little nerd to like a girly girl. um, let's see, how did this happen? I've always been infatuated with the beauty industry.
Okay.
Something about like hair has always been brought to my attention since I was like in high school. I started messing around with like bleach and box dye, which is terrible and embarrassing to say as a hairstylist, but I used to box dye my friends' hair. So I was a hairstylist for my friends in high school. So I've always known that I wanted to do hair since then, and that's literally how it happened. It's
Nice.
been in my blood.
So how long have you been doing hair and
um,
with the shades?
with the shades, let's see. I got my license in 2014. I was 24 when I got my license. So 14. I think that's 7 years.
I,
I'm like, how long is that? I
I
took a
went
little
quiet
break
because
though.
I went quiet because I was doing the math over here too. I was like,
Yeah, I
wait,
was
where are
doing
the
the math with
ones?
my hands. I'm like, wait, gotta count that.
I was like,
Yeah, I
there are
took a
the
little
ones.
break though.
Okay.
I took a break. I got a little scared after I started assisting. It gets a little scary. You're kind of like, all right, you're on your own. Like, figure it out. Go find a clientele. And I'm like, oh, I don't know how. So I went back to my old job, which was working at an office, which I was very thankful that I had at the moment, but it just wasn't for me. My boss used to tell me, like, you do not belong here. She's like, get out. I need you to leave. I need you to find a new job. Like, go do hair.
That's yeah.
That's literally
No,
like what
that's
happened.
I like something that you just said because I think a lot of people look at influencers on social media and they're like, oh man, like they like you guys are just born doing this, right? Like you just rolled out and you were doing hair and there's a I believe there's a false belief that that everybody on Instagram or Twitter that's blown up, that's doing their thing, is fearless. And what you just said,
Oh
like you
yeah.
got scared
Oh
and you
yeah.
backed off. So can you talk about that a little bit? Like, what was scary
Yeah.
and how did you get past it? Because I think a lot of people
Yeah.
feel like if they're scared to pursue their dreams and they're failing if they're scared.
Yep. Well, what happened with me was I got a little discouraged, not knowing I knew I didn't know everything I needed to know yet to become a stylist. Assisting is really hard. You're basically someone's like little bitch. Like you do all the bitch work. You do like blow dries, wash hair. It's annoying. It's more annoying than anything. But you do learn as you're assisting, but you got to make sure that you're assisting the correct person. So, I mean, I loved the people I assisted. I just don't think that they were for me. They didn't really teach me as much as I wanted to learn. So I kind of backed off because of that, because I felt like I didn't know enough. So I literally, I mean, that's basically why I quit for 2 years. And I went back to my old job, which was the office job. And I was an accounts manager. I did a lot of I helped with billing and accounting and stuff like that. And yeah, I got scared and I got stuck there for 2 years. And I was like, this isn't for me. Like, I'm bored. This is terrible. I had to ask my boss if I could get a 15-minute break every hour to walk around the shop because I couldn't sit still. That's how bad it was. But yeah, that's basically my little.
Now, did you,
my little
excuse me, did you jump completely back out of the office job, or did you kind of
when
have one foot there?
When I went back
when you went
in.
back to hair. Well, when you went back to do hair after that, did you go part time in the office and then part time do hair, or did you just
Oh no.
go?
So as soon as I quit, okay, so what happened was I got my hair done at a salon with a friend and we were just talking. We went to cosmetology school together, so we were just talking. And I was like, damn, I miss the vibes. The vibes at a salon is unreal. It's so happy. Like music's blasting. You're at a club all day. And so I think feeling that environment again made me realize holy crap, from going from a loud place, then going back to my office job that's quiet, you can't really listen to music, you're stuck sitting in one spot. I was like, I have to get out. So I talked to my boss and I was just like, I gotta leave. And she's like, oh, I know, don't worry, I'm always going to be here for you, but do what you got to do. And she's been kind of like a mother figure to me. So she had always been pushing me. She didn't want me to work there. So I just went full force and went back to assisting. So I started back from the bottom and assisted for about a year again. And then I got back on it. And now I'm at one of the best salons in Southern California.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had a boss once who there was the better job and the job I was at. And I was working both jobs because I was a lot younger and it's scary, to kind of step out there. And one day he called me in his office and he said, we appreciate everything you've done. We love you. We thank you for everything that, you've helped build here, but you got to go. And he's like, you can't, he told me you can't flourish there while you're still holding on to here. And,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. He it's funny. He told me to quit. He said, if you don't quit, I'm going to fire you. And I said, damn.
That's basically what happened to me.
Yeah. And I told him, I said, I'll put in my 2 weeks. He said, finish out the week. And I said, it's Wednesday. What the?
Yeah.
And,
be gone.
He said, be gone. And you got to give big props to a boss like that. And you're a boss because, I would bet that you're very good at both jobs and it would be very tempting for a boss to try and keep you. And, she obviously saw Yeah, she always saw what was best for you. So mad kudos to her. And if you stayed in the
Oh
office, we
yeah.
wouldn't be talking right now. You'd be,
Exactly. I'd be just
yeah,
listening. That's it.
you'd be humming the X-Men theme song while you do accounts payable or something.
Yep,
Um,
exactly.
I mean, even though we just talked about fear,
Yeah.
what other challenges are there in the business for you?
It's all about growing. When it comes to hair, you got to stay with the trends. Like, stay with the trends, and you got to keep growing and always stay humble. Like, as a stylist, I feel like you're always going to learn something new, and someone is going to know something more than you do, and you learn from them. The cool thing about where I work, and I hope that a lot of salons are like this, is that everyone is so freaking helpful. So helpful. I'll ask someone like, "Hey, dude, like, what should I formulate for this girl?" And we all get together. We put our brains together, and we're like, "Oh, 9V, 9T, and 9P." Like that's our color, our colors names. And
Yeah,
that's,
'cause
yeah. I'm like, you don't know
I
what
was
that
just
means.
I, I was just gonna go along with it. I thought, I mean, I'm still back there trying to carry the one, like 2014.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and now you're throwing the alphabet out at me.
Oh yeah,
But
that's how
all
we
right,
work.
so you just raised a question in my mind about trends
Uh-huh.
and styles. Are there any trends in the hair industry that literally don't change? Like it's always, X. Like people are always like this haircut is always going to be in no matter what, or this
Oh.
hair color or this style, or literally does the game change
No, the game
all the
changes a
time?
lot. It changes a lot. Like right now, what's in is a balayage with a money piece, which you probably don't even know what that means. But it's basically like a blonde girl with these two front blonde pieces that make her face pop. It's beautiful. And then
I was literally shaking my
extensions.
head like,
Yeah.
Melody, I don't know what the hell that means.
I know. But extensions are also a trend that go in and out, different types of extensions, like different methods. So it's changing
So,
like every day.
so when you're on the grind, you got appointments to do. You got to do some posting. You
Oh
got the whole
yeah.
foodie thing going on,
Oh
and I
yeah.
love foodies because foodie people are like zealots. Like they're crazy about
Oh,
their
dude,
food.
I'm very passionate about food. It's fucking crazy.
Like I have a friend and she's like, she'll text me like, hey, like, what are you eating tonight? And I'm like, I don't know. Like I made like, I made chili and then I made homemade French fries to go with it. And she's like, shut up. Send me the pictures. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Like I want to see them.
Yeah. She's like, food porn. I'm like, there's something wrong with you. But so what's a day like for you? Like in the grind,
Ooh, on a
yeah, getting up and getting pictures and all that stuff.
Oh man. So for me, a crazy day, like a really good crazy day with work, I get up. Depending on what time I start, I either go to the gym at 6:30 in the morning or 8 a.m. And then I come back home, get ready, and go to work. I usually start around 10 or 11. And depending on the day and depending on my mood, I make my own schedule. So I like to either work a full long ass day until like 9 p.m. or 10, or I like to be done around like today. I think I got home around 6 and I started at 10. So I get to make my own schedule, which is awesome. But on a crazy day, when I get home like around 8 or 9, dude, I come home, I eat, and I knock the fuck out.
I think just about, with the exception of maybe one guest, I think every guest on the show literally has the exact same day.
Really?
Yeah, and one day I did a couple of shows on like commonalities and stuff that guests have and what you can learn, and one of them that every guest, like I said, maybe with the exception of like one or maybe two, every guest has a hardcore physical regimen. And I'm not saying like they're like, oh yeah, I do like 1,000 push-ups there.
Oh yeah.
But physical fitness is like that's just part of who they are. Like,
oh yeah, I need that shit.
they get up and go to the gym, and I would imagine since you're on your feet a lot, that being in shape
It
conditioning,
helps.
core work. Yeah, it helps out.
Oh yeah, it helps. And I use my arms a lot too, so I don't get as tired when I blow dry. So that's a good thing. But I need fitness in my life. I can't picture my life without it. That's why quarantine was really hard for me. I try to work out, but it was so hard. Like especially working out at home. I can't do that. It's not for me.
I got a kettlebell as soon as quarantine hit, and
everyone went and started grabbing shit.
I hit some sporting stores to get some other stuff, and they were like cleaned out.
Dude, but how fucking expensive are weights, man?
Yeah,
they're
ridiculous.
Expensive. I didn't know that. I'm like, damn, that's why these gyms like fucking do good.
Well, they're starting to come down now because since people are like catching up with, gyms are starting to open up a little bit, but then like, the sporting stores and stuff are starting to like restock. But that first week, it was like like shit. Like,
that was crazy.
It was like Mad Max, those apocalyptic movies where gas is like $1,000 a gallon, and
everything was missing.
And people are eating each other, and I'm like they're like nobody in those movies is like screw the $1,000 of gas. I need those kettlebells over there. And Mad Max is like go to hell.
That shit was crazy.
There's like mutant lizard people running around and stuff, and they're like, "Give us the damn weights." And he's like, "Kick my ass. I need that yoga mat." And it's just like a big old fight that breaks up. Yeah. It was nuts, but but it's just, I mean, it's one of those trends I see, like everybody that's on the show, like that fitness is important.
They like to work out. Yep.
Yeah, because
I think it is important. It like keeps you sane.
And like, if your body is, you need your body, whether and some people, we've had models on the show, and they're like, obviously, I'm sure they're like, well, I got to be a certain size, whatever. But even people whose job is not based off of their quote unquote looks, still realize that your body is like, it's a tool. It's like, it's what you need to do the stuff you want to do. So you got to keep it maintained.
Yep, exactly.
A lot of my guests like to drink too, which I find that interesting. Like they like physical fitness, but they like to go tie this shit on hardcore when they need to.
That's me 100%.
I'm going to guess, because you sound pretty good at this. I'm going to say you are probably, I'm getting you're a tequila girl.
Oh, close. But I'm kind of an everything girl, dude. Except vodka. I can't do vodka. But I'm more of a mezcal. I like mezcal, and I like gin.
Okay.
I like gin. And what else? I've recently started like trying stirred drinks. So those are like a little bit stronger. I don't know much about like I can't get deep into drinks. But yeah, I like to try a lot of different types.
I've never had
on my regular
day.
Gin. You've never had gin?
Never had gin.
Oh, gin's good. I love it. I love that shit.
And I've never had mezcal. And we were talking.
Really? Okay, mezcal is probably my favorite. It's very smoky, and I don't know. It's a acquired taste. A lot of people hate it, but I fucking love it.
When I was talking to Teddy, I'm name dropping on my own show.
I know. I didn't want to name drop him, but he's the guy that teaches me everything about alcohol. So.
And we were having a similar conversation. For those people who are like, "Who the hell's Teddy?" Teddy in the mix. Martinez, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
He was a guest season 1, I think. A mixologist out of California. Hell of a guy. Awesome interview. If you have not heard that, you guys go check him out. But he and I got into this lengthy after show conversation about mezcal. And
he'll teach you everything, dude.
Yeah, he went on like this long he was talking about
tangent.
It, and like I paused, and I'm like, are you selling this shit like right now, man? Like, you want to buy something?
Yes, he's so passionate about it. I love it. He knows his history. He's fucking good at it. I'm like, I just like to try things, and if I like it, I like it.
I asked him if he was working on commission. I'm like, if I buy a barrel, do you make money right now? Because
he should.
He
right?
I mean, but I learned something, and I got schooled, so I appreciate that. What is
Yeah.
your favorite part of the business?
Of business. Oh man, my days every fucking day is amazing. I'm happy.
Nice,
I walk in,
nice.
all I do is fucking talk, and I love talking. So it's honestly one of the the best job out there, I would say, for myself at least.
What's your
The
least
job
favorite?
was made for me. What's my least favorite?
Yeah, least favorite part of the day. Or I'm
Least
sorry, of the
part.
business, of the business.
Oh, the business. My least favorite part of the business. Oh man, I don't know. I can't say.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, if you don't have one,
Yeah,
I
I really
mean,
honestly I
yeah.
fucking love the business. Like I love it. I love everything about it. Maybe the only thing that I hate is or that I dislike, I should say, that my least favorite. um it's just replying to all the messages on Instagram. It's a lot. It's so sad, but it's a lot. It gets
Wait, that's
draining.
funny because that's the way we were talking. So I'm sitting like, So every time I send you a message, you're like, this motherfucker, I
No, no,
gotta
no,
talk to him.
no. I'm talking about replying to clients. So like when clients want to book.
I
So
got you.
I'll get like 7 messages a day and I have to reply. I like to reply day of. It'll take me probably like all day to reply, but I like to reply when I get home. So getting back to everyone is a lot because I have to look through my books. I have to get them booked. I have to ask for like a deposit and all this stuff. It's like it's a routine, but it's a lot. And it ends up like taking up my entire night. And then, yeah, it's a lot. But I love it.
So clients for a salon, 2 do's and 2 don'ts that they may not, be aware of, or like.
I
I
have
like,
this.
I like to, people who are in a certain industry, whether it be a DJ or a mixologist or what have you. Like, so boom, Melody, give me the two do's and the 2 don'ts.
So 2 of each, right?
2 of each.
Okay, so I'll start with the do's. Do say hello. When you DM me, say hello. My name is so and so. I'd like to book an appointment, and then give me all the info.
I feel like one of the don'ts is directly related to that.
Maybe. Well, we're not robots, and I think people forget that we're not robots. I'll get a message that says, "Hey, I need a book." I'm like, "Whoa, dude! Like, I just had a long ass day, and you're just like over here sending me a text that just sounds very like direct, in general. Like, I'm a human."
Well, it's rude.
Exactly. And I don't think clients realize that. I think clients forget that we're normal people too, Another do.
100%
Right.
agree with
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
think.
worked in an office once, and I had a rule where you couldn't ask me for shit unless you said good morning or hi.
Oh, I love
Like
that.
I would just stare people in the face.
I like that. Like when people would walk in.
Yeah.
Is this coworkers?
Coworkers, superiors, anybody. It's like they would just come there making a demand, and they'd be like, Jackson, and I'm like, good morning or good. And then so after a while, like they knew, like you better speak to me before you start asking for shit.
Yeah, I like that. But it's
Because
true. It's like acknowledge me. I'm here.
Because I always made sure that I spoke to them the same way. So I didn't just walk in. Even if I call somebody, the other day I had to make an appointment for an eye doctor just to get contacts again. And so they pick up, hello, whatever. And I started going like, hey, and I said, I'm sorry, forgive me. First of all, how are you? Because people aren't robots. You know what I mean? It's like,
yes, that's how I am at like when I go order food, like at a drive-through. They ask me how am I? I'm like, well, I'm good. How are you?
But they look at you like you're crazy, don't they? Like you're about to, like you're gonna try and sell them something or tell them about like, are you aware of the celestial planet savior from Xenon 5? And they're like, oh shit, I knew I shouldn't ask this guy how he's doing. But I mean, it's sad that like courtesy is like so foreign to just human beings because
Yeah.
everybody's like, trying to just be in a rush, and
Right. Like
everybody
get
just
shit done.
slow the fuck down and be nice to each other.
Dude, I agree. 100%.
And go get your balayage.
People say it wrong. It's balayage. Oh my God. I've heard that word like balayage, balayage. I don't even know. And I'm like, balayage.
What's your second do? Because I interrupted you with a tangent.
Oh, I know. It's okay. I feel like I'm over, like I'm talking over you sometimes. I'm like, oh, I think I get nervous.
No, you're the guest. They hear my ass every week. They want to hear you tonight.
Another do for like the business, right? As a client,
yeah.
Is that what we're saying? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. That clients should know in dealing with the salon.
Okay, another do is, damn. Now I'm drawing a blank. Do
tipping or knowing what they want when they come in, or
I don't care about tipping. Oh, okay. I have a do. Do bring a photo of what you want and then
nice.
Show me and tell me what you want. Tell me what you like about this picture.
Okay.
When they show me the picture. That's a good one. Yeah, when they show me the picture, I'm like, all right, cool. So they show me this like beautiful hair. And I'm like, what about this picture do you like? Oh, I like the color. And I'm like, okay, what about the color do you like? Because I need to get deep in there. Like we both need to be on the same page. Because if I'm not on the same page, they're gonna be like, this isn't what I wanted. So I like take extra measures and ask all the freaking questions. Yeah, but that's
two don'ts.
Okay, my don't. Okay, this is a good one. Don't fucking box dye your hair. Don't do your own hair. That's the biggest one. Oh man. Okay, listen. If you box dye your own hair and you're coming to me and you want me to do your hair, that is now considered a color correction. Now I have to charge you twice as much as my normal price, which sucks for you. So don't box dye your hair.
Passionate about that one.
It's a mess. It's not fun. Those usually take about 8 hours or 9 or 10, depending on one person. Yep. So that's the biggest don't.
And what's your second don't?
My second don't is, what is my second don't? What do I hate? I can't think of anything. I can't think of a second don't.
Whatever. I mean, that's cool. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know if I have another don't. Watch, I'm gonna remember something when I'm about to go to sleep tonight. I'm like, damn, I should have said this.
You're gonna DM me and be like, "This was my second don't."
Yeah. Can I record this and send it to you?
What are you currently working on right now that you want people to know about?
I think my food page. Needs some love. I wanna do more. I think that's like my hair. I've been going, like I'm good. I'm steady. Like I'm just keeping it up. I just got featured on a big Instagram account. So I'm doing pretty good on my hair account. But right now, I think I want my food page to get some love.
Why a food page? What is it about? What is it about food that, I mean, I think most people enjoy food. You want food to taste good, but what is it about the experience of eating food that lights you up?
It's everything. It's the environment. Yeah.
I just love,
dude.
When you talk to a foodie, especially a woman, like your voice changes. It's almost like, oh my God. I'm like,
I turn into Homer. Oh.
Yeah, it's like
I start drooling.
It's like you guys fall into a deep, deep love with whatever food you're thinking of at the moment.
Oh yeah. Right now I'm like, ooh, I love food. With food, it's about the experience in the restaurant. Like, unfortunately we can't be indoors right now, but Some places have some good outdoor seating right now, which I fucking love. It's nice. But I enjoy the environment, the waiters, or the servers, I guess. Just the whole sit down experience, like sitting down and just like literally taking a slow bite and experiencing the food, like literally tasting every single flavor that you can in with the food. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
In keeping with the theme of sexiness, what is the sexiest thing about you?
The sexiest thing about me is I think that I'm not afraid to be myself and show my like dorky, nerdy side. I'm pretty confident in who I am. I'm funny. Like I love to laugh. So when I laugh, you'll die laughing when you hear me like literally like snort, do like I sound like a man. I legit sound like a man sometimes. Ugh. But I think that's the sexiest thing about me because it's who I am. I'm a fucking dork.
I'm going to say authentic.
Authentic. I like that.
Melody is real. What makes a man sexy?
Ooh, what makes a man sexy? I would say, I think I have 3 things for this one.
Okay.
A man's humor. You got to be funny. Second, you have to be confident. And then third, you got to have ambition in life. You got to be driven as fuck, driven just like me. Like, follow through.
Nice.
Yeah.
It is time for the quick game. Excuse me,
Shit.
where we like to get, that's right, it's a quick game. It's coming at you.
Oh, I'm scared now.
Where we like to give our guests a chance to run through some entertaining questions. Melody, you'll do fine. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Don't overthink it. Climb a mountain or jump from a plane?
Climb a mountain.
If you were really hungry, would you eat a bug?
No.
If you eat cereal, what's your favorite kind?
Lucky Charms.
What the, who the
You
hell
said
eats
cereal.
Lucky
You said
Charms?
cereal, right?
Yeah, I did, but it's just like...
You don't like Lucky Charms? Are you kidding me? Lucky Charms is the best.
It's one of those answers that throws you off. I'm like, who the fuck eats Lucky Charms?
Do I sound like a child? Is that why?
I love it. Can you watch scary movies?
Yes.
Pancakes or waffles?
Ooh, pancakes.
What is your favorite time of the day?
The morning.
Socks or shoes in the house?
Oh, I don't care. Both either.
One talent that you have that would surprise anyone who knows you?
Ooh, I can draw.
When was the last time you stayed up past 4 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, 2019 in Vegas, 5 a.m., baby.
Damn. I feel like I already know the answer to this question. Cool fall day or hot summer afternoon?
Hot summer afternoon.
God, a lot of these are food questions. It's so weird that
That's
it's
perfect.
like, I know. Yeah, it's like this happens with guests a lot where it's like what they're talking about lines.
That's
and I pick these questions.
That's called synchronicity.
It must be because I pick these questions out like days in advance.
Dude, I love that. That's cool.
Dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Neither.
Really?
Yeah, I don't care for chocolate at all.
Oh man. Peanuts in your candy or raisins in your candy?
Peanut.
And who inspires you?
Oh. Wow, that's a good one. I would say my boss. He'll probably hate hearing this, but my boss, Eric Gutierrez from Agency Salon.
Nice. Good job, Eric. Good job. Good people, sexy people. That wraps up our interview with the with the energetic, the wild, and the authentic Melody. Melody, thank you for joining us this evening. One more time,
Yay.
let people know where to find you.
All right, you can find me at Melody Shades with the Z at the end for my hair page. and Melody Starlord for my food page on Instagram.
All right, Melody, thank you so much, and we will see you soon.
Yay!
Good people, sexy people. That wraps up our show. Follow me on Instagram at Jackson Stuart 2 and on Twitter at Jackson Stuart 01. Keep up with the show at www.gameonwithjack.com, and we will see you next week. Until then, keep it sexy and game on.